Hi, I'm Jane from Night Owl Speaks, and welcome to Stomach Pains, Emotional Eating, Part 3. In Parts 1 and 2, we identified what a perfect relationship with food and a relationship to one's body might look like in an ideal world, and contrasted that with the agonising world of the compulsive, emotional overeater. In Part 3, I'm going to give you some strategies that will hopefully help you to break the dieting and binge cycle. Don't be scared, it can be done. First and foremost, stop dieting. They don't work, especially if they are faddish in nature. They don't work because they run on the principle of restriction, which usually results in a reactive, compulsive overeating pattern. Any deprivation creates an intense longing for the forbidden food. And compulsive overeating, or binge eating, tends to be chaotic and disordered, and can result in one feeling out of control around food and subsequently ashamed. This supposed failure sets up a negative narrative about one's weak self, and then this ultimately fuels the desire to return to the disciplined world of dieting. This miserable cycle is very distracting and robs a person of their vital energy and life force, and keeps them away from the more empowering activities and thoughts. It can also be very addictive because it creates a focus away from what is really ailing a person. So how about accepting yourself? Here is a novel thought for someone who is often prone to self-loathing, especially regarding their body image and weight. Accept yourself for who you are and how you look right now. You may have wasted time fantasizing about a miraculous endpoint whereby you have morphed into a new you and that this will magically lead to happiness. When you shop for food, buy a wide variety of food and make sure that you actually like the products. Make sure that you have enough so that you will not run out and feel deprived. And do not panic about having food around. And please give yourself permission to eat. Try and wait until you're hungry before you eat. Now, you may be a little out of touch with your natural hunger cues at the moment. If you can, stop eating when you get to the point of feeling full, without discomfort or pain. Don't worry if you overeat for a while, whilst you settle into this new routine. It's no worse than binging, which you may do from time to time. Remember, old habits die hard. If you do feel compelled to eat when you're not hungry, and don't we all from time to time, check in with yourself. Ask yourself, how am I feeling? And what am I thinking at the moment? Perhaps you feel bored, anxious, sad, worried. You might even be full of self-loathing or pity. Do you have a negative script that runs through your head? Are you stressed? Are you feeling triggered? And so, create a pause if you can between a compulsion to eat and the act itself. Try and replace negative opinions with positive affirmations about yourself. They will go into your subconscious mind if you create a habit out of it. And stop weighing yourself. Now here's a challenge. How you feel about yourself should not be determined by a number on the scales. It's incredible that even a minor variation, up or down, can determine how a person feels about themselves all day. It's simply not logical. Throw away your scales, if you dare. Try and live in the moment. Popular wisdom right now. This way, you don't project your thoughts forwards and backwards in time so much, and it helps you to connect with how you are feeling in any given moment. This is called mindfulness, and this, alongside meditation practice, can help to anchor you in the present moment. Dieting has become a habit, and now you must let it go and create space for other activities. Think of ways to distract yourself if you think that you are slipping back into old habits. You could connect with nature by walking, or take up a hobby, or learn something new. And don't shy away from social activities with others. Look after your mental health. This really is the crux of everything. Address any long-standing issues such as trauma, anxiety, and/or depression, and get to know yourself. This may involve speaking with a professional if you need to. And don't wait until tomorrow to buy yourself a nice outfit or treat yourself in a way that you do not usually do. Honour yourself, despite how you think that you look. Commit to never dieting again. Now, you may balk at this. And don't view this as a temporary strategy either. Ironically, your health and self-esteem would likely take a turn in a more positive direction if you refocus somewhere else. Be curious, educate yourself. You might want to learn a bit more about compulsive overeating. There are plenty of self-help books and therapists out there, and you may not feel so alone if you realise that there are others in the same dilemma. There are many useful tips and tools that you could use to help you on your merry way. Now here's a challenge. Try not to label foods as good or bad right now. We all know that there are massive differences in the nutritional value of different foods, but right now you are adjusting to the fact that you have the freedom to eat and the freedom to choose what you eat. Now take a deep breath, steady up, and try not to panic. Old habits can be very hard to break, but the diet and binge cycle is a habit worth breaking. And remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and it may take time before new habits replace the old ones. Don't give up, and good luck. Well, that just about wraps up this 3-part series on eating and emotions. I'm sure we'll revisit this again. In the meantime, I'm Jane from Night Owl Speaks. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you very soon.